Robby Gordon, and this is Larry Reagans from Stadium Super Truck. Today in the mail we got a really cool new product from Holley. It's called the HydraMat. One thing about this mat here that goes in the fuel cell, it solves all of our pickup problems. With SST, we've had a numerous amount of pickup problems, especially with some of our stadiums and big crossovers. You can imagine if the car misfires and bobbles before it goes over one of those crossovers, we're going to have a big wreck. I believe that this new product here is something that's going to help the performance of SST, not only on our IndyCar circuits like at Long Beach Grand Prix or Toronto, Canada, or Adelaide, Australia, but also for our stadium events as well, like X Games. Larry, why don't you take a minute and install this Holley mat into this fuel cell?
Put it in, open it up, make sure it's flat. That's a key problem.
And then the pickups that you're not going to use, you got to make sure those are tight, correct?
Yes, we have them tight and torqued down with our properly used tool. After that, I get it all centered up. I'll take our foam that we have here, put it into the truck.
One thing with the foam, especially with running pump gas like we do with Stadium Super Trucks, we get a lot of foam breakdown. And this Holley mat is actually going to work as a 30 micron filter as well. So it'll protect the foam from clogging up the fuel pumps and the fuel system. So not only does it work as a fuel pickup through its membranes, but it also works as a filter, which will help us filter the fuel going into the fuel injection system. You know, one thing we can discuss is, as Larry's installing this, the foam into the area which holds the mat down to the bottom. You know, I've got certain drivers like Sheldon Creed or Robby Gordon that likes to drive on two wheels at times. And with that, you got to be careful, because if you're up on two wheels and it runs out of fuel, it's going to stall out. You're probably going to tip over. We've got a fuel neck system here that's pretty much an all-in-one integrated system. It allows us to make this system easier to work on and easier to do maintenance on.
Now I have everything hooked up into our fuel tank. I have our line hooked to our bladder. It runs up in between our foam. And now I'm going to connect it into our pump. Take this off. Run my fitting into my pickup. Use my special A&N wrench to tighten it up so it's not over tightened. Make sure it's tight. Now I'm going to slide it in. Make sure it's flat before I start installing my screws. Now I'm going to install my hose. After I got all of my rest of it, everything nice and tightened down, and make sure we have a good strong seal. Now this is the point where I am going to hook up my hose from my pickup to my return, so we have a constant flow of pressure. You will have a little spill, because your pump will contain leftover gas. This is our fueling station. I'm going to show you here, I have everything set to 0. I'm going to show you guys that I'm going to put only 1 gallon of gas in it. Turn my pump on. Now, as you guys can see, 1 gallon of gas. Try not to spill any of it. Alright, we got 1 gallon. Put my lid on. Make sure everything's tight. Now, I'm going to hook up my ground and my power with our machine here. Now we're going to turn on our gauge. It says 60 pounds of pressure. Everything's turned on, everything's tight. Check the leak. We have no leaks here. Now I'm going to turn it on its side. Never loses pressure. We had it set to 60 pounds. Still says 60. As you can see, it's upside down. Now we're going to tilt it up. Still 60 pounds of pressure. Alright, just got finished up here. As you can see, no leaks, no problems with the Holley HydraMat. We highly recommend this product. We put this in all our stadium super trucks.